What up, guys? Jed Shells here, and welcome back to World of Tanks. I hope all of you guys are doing well and getting ready for Christmas and buying presents and paper and all that fun stuff and setting up decorations in the Christmas tree. And hopefully, you guys will be getting time off with the family. I decided that I was going to continue making videos after going through the feedback and the comments that you guys left on my last YouTube video, the first one after me being back. And as I mentioned in that last video, unfortunately, my current computer system, and more specifically my video card, is on its way out. It's slowly dying. So unfortunately, the video quality of the videos that I will be putting out for now is quite poor. Don't worry, I'm not planning on leaving it like that. I'm in the works for trying to get enough funds to build a new system and have a new video card and have the proper video quality for you guys to watch these videos. I know how, for lack of a better word, cringe worthy it is watching videos with such poor quality. So I do apologize for that. And also commenting on, since I've been gone, I'm just blown away by how many people stuck around during my absence. I think it was 6 or 7 months, so that is quite a long time to not be putting any content on the channel. And I just want to thank you guys for everyone who stuck around waiting for me to come back and start making content again. I know I probably lost a decent chunk of my viewer base, but I seem to have gained some new viewers in my absence. So the channel size and community overall has remained about the same. So that blows me away. It's quite unusual, I think. So thank you guys for your dedication and your patience, and hopefully I can pay it back to you guys. So with that, I got another WZ-132 game to show you guys today. This game was actually, I think, played either the same day or the day after the game that I showed you guys in the WZ-132 on Ruinberg. But let's just get started here. If I can find the start button here. There we go. Alrighty, so in this game, it's tier 10, and not particularly high tier 10. It's only 3 tier 10s, 5 tier 9s, and the rest are tier 8s. And when I'm in a matchup like this, when I'm really bottom tier, and there's a decent number of fast tanks on the enemy team, there's the Bat Chat, T-49, and 2 tier 8 scouts as well, I like to come up here to this bush here on this switchback road just initially, not to remain here, but I like to see if there are any enemy scouts or mediums or other fast tanks rushing down this draw where the Bat Chat on my team was climbing up to come down into the beach area down there in H8 and H9. And I pause up here initially just because if I rush down here immediately and the enemy team also rushes their tanks down, it's very difficult for you to relocate once you're down here because you can't really leave this position without being spotted and then of course getting wrecked by all the tank destroyers across the ridge from right across from you. So that's why I paused there initially, just to see what the enemy vision tanks and fast tanks are doing. So we're able to get a sneaky shot into that Centurion as he was climbing up. And we're able to get another shot into the Centurion as he crosses that gap there. Just some map awareness there and knowing that there's a gap there right across from the cap. I think the Bat Chat 12T is getting these spots, the 12T that's right in front of me. So he was able to get that T-34B wrecked. So props to him for some good spotting there. A little bit dangerous of me peeking to see if I could get a shot on the AT-15 there, as he was really close, but amazingly he didn't spot me. So he must have had a poor crew. anyone with the at least 100% crew or whatever probably would have spotted me, even with my tank's camo rating. And now we can see here that the Bat Chat and T-92 are retreating from their position there on the B line in the northwest corner, and they're relocating. But unfortunately, my aim is missed there. I think I might have hit that wreck of the T-34B there. My aim hasn't been the best since I've been back. I've noticed that I've lost my my aim a little bit, and I've been practicing and trying to get it back slowly with each game. And now that we have, I'm going to pause the game here, just real quick. Don't worry, I won't make it long. So now that we've cleared out this draw, right, or more specifically, the enemy did not send anyone here, right, and my Bat Chat and T-49 were pretty much unopposed here. They didn't have any tanks here either. They did take some damage from the tank destroyers right above me. But now when you see that, look at how much map control we have, right? The key to pressing your advantage in Halluf is knowing when you can cross the center valley right here behind me and get up underneath the enemy ridge, because you can do one of two things or both at the same time. When you see that there's an opportunity and you don't think that the enemy have any presence in the center valley themselves, you can come up here, and what you can do is you can shoot enemy tanks from behind that are sitting here in B2 and B3, and you can also get a little bit of shots here in A3, as you'll see in a little bit. Or if you're not getting any shots in over here and you're able to get up underneath the enemy ridge line here, you're able to put pressure on enemy tanks that are sitting over here. And actually, depending on the view range of tanks involved, you can actually spot them from stealth by using this bush right here that's right behind me. If you would like to not shoot and just spot for your team, you can sit in this bush and your teammates will be able to shoot them that are probably over here where this Yag Tiger is over here. It's difficult for tanks that are sitting here to get shots on here because there's this ridge line right here. So if your team isn't getting shots in on tanks that you're spotting over here, just be patient. There is a ridge line here, and it's difficult for them to get shots on. So enough of that. Let's just keep going. I do want to be careful because there's a lot of enemy tanks still alive left. They still have 10 tanks alive, so I'm just going to be careful how I'm picking this, checking left and right, seeing where everybody's at. And there we go, we find the gorilla, and he's not looking at us. He's facing towards our Bat Chat. Our T-92 on the enemy team decides he's going to come up, and he actually, unfortunately, puts 2 shots into me. I didn't think he was going to be able to get that second shot in, snapshot that one. And now we see that the T-30 on the enemy team has come back and is looking at the 62A and myself. Oddly, he only did like 400 something damage with a fire tick, so he must be using this stock gun, the enemy T-30. And the Bat Chat, this is what I was talking about before. Oh, let's see, there was a bad shot. Some potato aim there, like I was talking about. Me losing my aim. But yeah, like I said, this is what I'm talking about in this position. You can shoot enemy tanks from behind if you get up underneath the ridgeline here. It's a little bit dangerous, and you have to stay on your toes if you need to leave. Unfortunately, that shot, the first shot on the Conway there goes a little high and left of the center of the reticle, and unfortunately we miss him. Wait a bit longer to see if they will cross back into my line of fire there in the gap, and since they're not, I'm gonna come back up here. Maybe I waited a little too long there waiting for a shot. But we can see the T-92 is still up there, and the SDRV making a last stand, a defensive stand in the corner there. And we could see that the 4005 was not looking, so we were able to put a couple shells into him. He was actually shooting at the Bat Chat, and now that we heard that the T-49 on the enemy team fired at our Bat Chat, we know that he's reloading, and we're free to shoot him here without worrying about him derping us and one-shotting us. So, and we're gonna leave that VK over there in the corner to our team, since he'll die before we are able to get over there. Now I'm just going to play this a little bit carefully just because there's 2 enemy tanks left and they actually could technically kill me before I kill them. This T-92 is getting some good shots in on me, actually. Right there. I actually purchased a T-92 myself, but I haven't really played it a whole lot yet. I think I've only played 1 or 2 games. I haven't been impressed with it yet, but that may just because I was rusty from getting back. So hopefully down the road I will be getting some gameplay for you guys to see for that. We finish off the one-shot STRV there, since our team put some really good fire into him, and we ram-killed the T-92 since he was such low health. So there we go, a WZ-132 game on Halluf. Not my most favorite map in the world, but there's definitely, it's on the higher, plus 50% side of maps that I would prefer over other maps. So it's not a bad map. It's an okay map in my opinion. I think it's a little bit small for higher tiers, as is a common theme in a lot of maps in World of Tanks. I think Wargaming could do a better job in scaling the size of the maps to the tiers of tanks that get into it in general. Of course, not every map has to be like that, but for instance, I think Mines and Ensk are way too small for the really high tiers like tier 8, 9, and 10. They're way too small maps, and they should only be for like tier 5 or tier 6 at most. So anyway, one more thing. In this particular game, I was able to achieve 100% marks of excellence in the WZ-132, the tier 8 Chinese Scout. Now, I'm not sure if this is rollover statistics from before I left, and because of how the update has changed that those stats rolled over and applied to me earning 100%. I'm not sure, but I checked it after the game and it said 100% marks of excellence. So there you go. Which I believe that means the highest total of direct damage and assistance damage combined in this tank for the last 2 weeks on this server. I believe it's server dependent. So I thought I'd show you guys this game. I don't believe it was an ace tanker, actually, if I remember correctly, but hey, gameplay doesn't have to be an ace tanker to be interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and hopefully if I don't see you again, that you will have a good Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.